Hello and welcome back to MDT 888 Spirit Guide, John 4 and 24. I'm your host, Matty T. And today we're going to be doing another high vibrational reading for the Divine Masculine Collective. If you're new to the channel, welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for having confidence in me and coming back to the channel. So this week, again, today's date is, I don't know if I'm saying again, I don't know if I said it or not, but today's date is Wednesday, January 7th, 2026. And for those of you Divine Masculines watching that were not cross-watching the Divine Feminine reading that I uploaded last night, there's a new format that I'm following on this channel where rather than come up with content, so to speak, a lot of times we'll just, try to figure out what is it that I should be reading about today? What energy should I be tapping into today? I have decided Spirit gave me this new format where I shuffle, see what card comes out. Whatever card comes out, that is going to be the direction of the reading. So if a pentacle comes out, this is going to have to deal with matters of work or daily life, daily activities, that sort of thing. Coins, money, finance, that sort of thing. If the card that comes out is a pentacle. If the card that comes out is a sword, it is going to have to deal with messages that you need to hear, okay? And generally speaking, I mean, this is an energy reading, so it's going to contain messages that you need to hear. But if a sword comes out, it's going to be very specific to some word, some state of mind, something. And the cards will, whatever comes out or whatever comes up will come out, and that'll be the sort of thing. Well, we kind of cross that bridge when we get to it. But swords, generally speaking, are going to have to deal with words, communication, messages, that sort of thing. If a wand comes out as the direction card, then we're going to the direction that the reading is going to take is going to have to deal with some action that you need to take. Some action that Spirit is directing you to take, perhaps some action that you're thinking about taking, whatever. We never know till we get there, y'all. And then last but not least is cups. If a cups card comes out, we know we're going to be dealing with relationships. We're going to be dealing with potentially a love reading, potentially a high vibrational soulmate or twin flame reading, whatever. It's going to have to deal with matters of the heart. So without further ado, today I'll be pulling, I'm going to follow the same format that I followed with this week's Divine Feminine reading, where pulled the card, saw what was coming out. And normally y'all know that for those of you that have been watching me on this channel, you know that these are typically single tarot card readings, okay? One card gives me everything I need to tell you guys in this particular reading on this channel. And then I'll pull one or two oracle cards. Today, I'm going to follow the same format that we followed with this week's Divine Feminine reading. And shout out to you if you're watching this, you're male or female, does not matter. We're talking about energy here. Everybody has masculine energy and feminine energy. So when we're talking about the Divine Feminine, yes, the majority of Divine Feminines are women, but sometimes you have very manly, very masculine, very protective men who have that huge heart chakra, or that are super intuitive or are super creative, and by reason of that, they are the carriers of the Divine Feminine archetype or the Divine Feminine polarity in their divine counterpart connection, okay? And then of course you could be a female whose primary focus is on work, doing things that are connected to the matrix, taking care of tasks, chores, running around, doing what you got to do, building wealth, that sort of thing. If you are a female and that is your primary focus, then in your divine counterpart connection, you're less into the matters of spirit and the heart that your divine counterpart would be, and more into the earth type things, pentacles type situations. We know pentacles earth energy is feminine energy, but when we're talking about these divine counterpart connections, the divine feminine tends to be more the spiritual one. The divine masculine tends to be more the physical one. So if you are a female that is more concerned with matters of a physical nature, then you obviously would be the divine masculine. This has nothing to do with gender. It's all energy. Now, that being said, I'm going to pause and grab some water, and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I had to run and grab some water because for some reason, my throat started getting dry all of a sudden, and I started getting a little bit choked up, like the words couldn't come out or wouldn't come out or didn't want to come out. So what that tells me already is that I'm picking up and channeling some energy from one or more of you divine masculines watching that has something to deal with communication, perhaps the throat chakra. Perhaps you guys are trying to work through some throat chakra blockages. Please understand that our energy bodies are built from the bottom up, just like a house, okay? Foundation is laid first. then you got the walls, then you got the roof, that sort of thing. Now, and if I'm short of breath a little bit, it's because I just ran up the stairs to get back to this reading. Now, so with that being said, for anybody that's having any issues with communication, any potential throat chakra blockages or whatever, please understand that the energy zone that supports the throat chakra, the masculine energy zone that supports the throat chakra, is the solar plexus. The solar plexus has everything to deal with your confidence, okay? So if some of you are having issues stepping forward and communicating, you might want to incorporate the color yellow, the color gold into your daily environment, whether it be your clothes, whether it be, perhaps some flowers or something that you might have in your environment. Anything yellow. You might want to put a yellow poster up. You might want to put a poster up of the sun, something like that. Something to help support your solar plexus chakra. In addition to that, you might want to find some solar plexus chakra tuning frequencies on YouTube. There's a bunch of them out there. Just try to find one that works for you. I happen to love the 5 Minutes to Zen channel, and it's 5 MIN men and then 2 TO Zen ZEN. So that's one of my favorite ones. There's some other ones out there. The meditative mind? There's a bunch of them out there. Just scroll through, do a search on solar plexus chakra tuning frequencies, solar plexus chakra healing frequencies or whatever, and just listen to a few of them. Your body will tell you which one is right for you. So when you guys work on that solar plexus chakra, it is going to help to open up and support that throat chakra. On top of that, you also have a feminine energy zone sitting beneath that throat chakra that also helps to support it. That is the heart, okay? So guys, ladies, fellas, it doesn't matter. Again, gender does not matter when you're talking about energy. For you divine masculines watching today, work on your heart chakra, work on your solar plexus chakra. Those are the supporting chakras that sit underneath your throat chakra. When you work on those, that will give you the support that you need to communicate. So, and as I'm saying this, I haven't even had a sip of water yet. And already the reason why I went to get the water is gone. So that tells me that there were some energies out there that you guys were trying to work through. And perhaps just my sharing that has helped you to resolve some of those issues. So those are some tips. I don't know why Spirit took me down that path, but it's very interesting. I would oftentimes watch other tarot readers doing readings, and then they would start to channel energies. And I was just like, wow. And then, of course, I'm seeing how that works firsthand. So you guys, I wish you the best in that. You can do it. You can do it. It's really confidence. It is really, I think it's confidence more in the divine masculine than it is the heart. Okay. The heart chakra is a feminine energy zone. And yes, we all have them, but that masculine energy zone that supports that masculine throat chakra is that solar plexus chakra. If you do not have the confidence, if you don't have the courage, and both of those are functions of the solar plexus chakra, courage and confidence. If you're lacking in those areas, it's going to keep you from speaking when you really want to. So work on your confidence, work on your courage, whatever it is. It's not, I promise you, it's you got to get over whatever that fear is that you have of speaking, whether it be, well, I don't know if I'm going to say the right thing, or I don't know how what I have to say is going to be received. Those are issues of the solar plexus. It has nothing to do with the throat chakra. So some of you guys probably have a throat chakra that's fine. It is just, you got the bottleneck for you might be that solar plexus chakra. So let me get off of that and get to today's reading. I don't know what's going to come out, but that is for somebody. And again, with tarot, y'all, these are general collective readings, so they're not specific. So if what I'm saying, what any tarot reader is saying to you, any energy reader is saying to you does not resonate, don't try to make it fit. Don't try to make it fit. If it resonates, then it is for you. It is your message, okay? And this is a timeless reading. So regardless of today's date being January the 7th, 2026, whenever you are supposed to see it is when you're supposed to see it, okay? So I hope this message finds you I won't say I hope it finds you in a timely fashion. It always does, because the universe is timing, the Most High's timing, God's timing, whatever label you put on source energy is always perfect. So this message is going to find you when you need to see it. Now I'm going to shuffle this. Today I'm working with the Oceanic Tarot deck and the Rider-Waite-Smith traditional tarot deck. And then our Oracle decks that we're going to be working with today are going to be my favorite, the Rose Oracle. And then we're going to work with the same one we used in the Divine Feminine reading, the Shaman's Dream Oracle. Okay, so let me shuffle and see what comes out. Spirit's telling me to grab this Rider-Waite-Smith one to do the first pull. So again, if we get a Pentacle we're going to be talking about work activity, grounded activities, that sort of thing. If we get cups, we're going to be talking about emotions, relationships, love, that sort of thing. If we get a wand, it's going to be about some action that you need to take or some action you're engaged in or whatever. And if we get a sword, it's going to be general messages or something that has to deal with communication or the mind. All right, let's see what comes out. Thank you all for being here today. Already you can tell the energy is a little bit more serious in this divine masculine reading than it was for the divine feminine reading yesterday. So those of you that's interested in cross watching, go to my channel and check out yesterday's divine feminine reading. Okay, this is Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups is the card. So we're already in sync with the divine feminine. This card tells me that we're going to be talking about something of an emotional nature. So let's dig in and see what messages Spirit has for you. I am going to follow the same format since we're talking about synchronicity here. And look, this is a synchronicity, so this could end up being a divine counterpart reading. I don't know. The divine feminines, their first card out was the Six of Cups. You guys have the Knight of Cups out. So the knights bring things. They go on missions or whatever. So maybe you guys have got something coming up where you probably are in the energy of wanting to offer a cup of love to somebody, perhaps your divine counterpart, soulmate, twin flame, whichever one fits. Put that shoe on. Don't try to jam it on, okay? Don't want nobody with no bunions out there because you were trying to jam on a shoe that didn't fit, okay? But yeah, this could end up being a divine counterpart reading. So and I split the deck on the moon card. So some of you all are holding on to some things that you don't perhaps want to talk about, and that definitely lends to the throat issues I was feeling right when this reading started. Okay, so let's see what comes out. I'm going to follow the same format that I did with the divine feminine, and in that it was 2 cards. The first one was what is the energy of your divine counterpart, and then what does your divine the second card was what does your divine counterpart want to say to you. I'm going to do that same format here with you all. So maybe there's going to be a message in there from your divine counterpart that you need to hear that may help to increase your confidence. Let's see what happens. Okay, let's put these back. Too many cards fell out. Let me split this deck. Split it again. Nothing comes out of this one. I'm going to jump over to the Rider-Waite Smith deck, okay? Let's see. What is the energy of the divine masculines watching? What energy is their divine counterpart in, okay? What energy is the divine masculine's divine counterpart in today, at this time, whenever they're watching this reading? What energy are they in? I don't think I'm going to get anything out of this Oceanic Tarot deck, so I'm going to keep going, and if nothing comes out, you guys are not talking. I know that. I can tell that you guys are not talking because I had the same thing happen yesterday with the divine feminine reading where no cards wanted to come out. So this tells me that you all are in a no contact situation, and for whatever reason you're not talking, but that is rapidly coming to an end here in 2026, because 2026 is new energy. It's a 1 year. 1 is the energy of emergence and appearance. So the no contact is ending for you guys this year. That I know. I don't do time frames or timetables, because what I found in years of watching tarot is that very seldom do those very seldom do those time frames hit. So I don't like to get them, and they can tend to put people in the energy of hoping and watching and saying, okay, well, is this person's going to come in this day, that day? I don't like to do it that way. Okay, nothing's coming out there. I'm going to keep going back and forth, y'all. I'll keep going back and forth till the card comes out that has the message that you need to hear. Okay, you guys are definitely not talking. Okay, but that's going to come to an end. So, Spirit, please tell me what energy divine masculine's divine counterpart is in on this day. And there went a card that hit the floor. Let me grab it. King of Wands. King of Wands. Practicality. This is the energy of your divine counterpart. Now, you guys this is the divine masculine reading today, obviously. So your divine feminine is in that King of Wands energy. That King of Wands, he's courageous, he's confident. The confidence is there. They have the confidence. They're confident. The King of Wands he's got his mind on his actions. He's like that King of Wands is someone I see as like a battlefield general. They're fearless. They're ready for action. They're ready for whatever's coming. They're ready to initiate action, or they are ready to, they're prepared to deal with any type of action that arises. So, but the key word here is practicality. So, your divine feminine, divine masculine watching is in the energy of just being practical. Their mind is on whatever their activities are, whatever actions that they need to take in their lives. So they're not necessarily in romantic vibes right now where they're thinking about romance, or they're thinking about the connection. And this very well could be why you guys aren't talking, why there's no communication. But your divine feminines are in that King of Wands energy. They bossed up. They're in that energy of bossing up, not in the same sense of the King of Pentacles. That King of Pentacles is that's the big boss energy of the minor arcana. But this King of Wands, that King of Wands, some of you could be dealing with an Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius, or they could carry that energy. Okay, when I say Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, obviously I'm not just talking about the sun. They could have that energy in their moon and their rising sign. They could be a Venus in one of those three signs. They could have a seventh house in one of those three signs. It could be a north node in one of those three signs. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. Since we're talking about a divine counterpart energy, I would probably look at that Venus or that seventh house. Your divine counterpart could very well be a Venus or a seventh house in Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Okay, so they're about action. They're about action. I think that you know what? Let me pull a clarifier on that energy. I want to pull a clarifier and see why they're in that King of Wands. Let me see if I can't clarify, get a little bit more information on that King of Wands energy, because that King of Wands energy, that could be a number of things. Let me see if Spirit will tell me. Spirit, is there any clarity you can give us on why the divine feminine is in that, or what that? Give us some more information on that King of Wands energy that the divine feminine is in. Okay, nothing coming out there. Let me try it again. I'm gonna get a little bit more information on it. Well, maybe Spirit told me to take this right here. I just split the deck on the Magician. Okay, so what they're working on right now is manifesting. They're manifesting something. My guess is you know what? Let me ask. What is the this King of Wands energy? Okay, we know that they're in that activity. That activity is they're manifesting. Let's see what it is that they're manifesting. Let's see what that manifestation energy has to deal with. Is it Pentacles, Wands, Swords, or I'm doing a deep dive, y'all, because I normally don't like to be this nosy, but I'm just letting the energy take me where it takes me. Okay, so we're gonna pull a message. There it is. Nine of Wands. Okay, Nine of Wands. So they're being a little bit protective. You know, they're dealing with some boundaries right now. They're whatever it is that their activity is, that Nine of Wands coming out as a clarifier where I'm asking, okay, what is it they're manifesting? They don't want to talk about it. They don't want to talk about it. They put a wall up. They're like, okay, you don't need to know what I'm manifesting right now. Okay. So again, the energy that your divine counterpart is in at this moment is the King of Wands. I asked for a clarification on the King of Wands. King of Wands is action oriented. They're about that work. They're about that fire. They're about their passions, the pursuit of passion. That's that King of Wands, but he's controlled. He's controlled. He's not, that King of Wands energy is not reactive. It's responsive. So your king of, your divine counterpart is in they're in their masculine energy right now. That's the best way I could say it. Your divine counterpart, divine masculine, is in their masculine energy. What does that tell me? That tells me that they have aligned they've done the work and they've achieved inner union. And y'all need to understand something. This probably could lend to that no contact. When you arrive at inner union, you're not in that chaser energy anymore. Do you remember in the twin flame connection? And again, this is obviously a relationship reading because the guidance card was the cup. Okay, the guidance card was the cup that came out. So it was the Knight of Cups. That was the guidance card. So anyway, when you arrive at inner union, and I talk about these themes in my book, Twin Flames, understanding and solving the problem of the avoidant, dismissive, divine masculine, I highly recommend that you grab a copy of that book, whether you want it in paperback, collector's edition hardcover. You can get a non-collector's edition hardcover from Amazon. Amazon carries both the plain hardcover, not plain, I shouldn't say plain. It's just not the collector's edition. You can only get the collector's edition from my website, www.mtalfordarts.com. But if you want a hardcover that's not the collector's edition, and or paperback. You can get the paperback from our site. Anything you get from our site is going to be autographed, but you can get a non-autographed copy from Amazon as well. Or for those of you that prefer ebooks, it's available in Amazon Kindle and Apple Books for those of you with iPads, iPhones, and you like to read your books on your Apple devices or whatever. But anyway, I talk about some of those themes in that book. And again, to get back to the point here, your divine counterpart has arrived at that inner union. They have combined they have aligned their inner masculine and their inner feminine energy. And once that happens with the divine feminine, she is no longer in that chasing energy. She's not going out and constantly checking and saying, oh, what's my divine masculine up to? Are they going to call me? Are they going to reach out? They're not on that. They're not on that type of time. They're pursuing their passions right now. And I don't mean pursuing like the Knight of Wands. I'm talking about that king the king has the business of running the kingdom. Okay. So this person, they're stable. They're stable. Their passions are controlled. It doesn't mean they're not passionate for you. It just means that their passions are controlled. And a lot of you are seeing that. A lot of you divine masculines are probably wondering, well, why is it my divine feminine talking to me? It's because she has arrived at inner union. Her inner divine masculine, inner divine feminine are so tightly interwoven now that there are no leaks in her energy where she's out of that sadness energy. She's in that fiery, masculine, let me get out here and what am I passionate about? What activities do I want to engage in? What do I want to do with my life? That's the energy that your divine feminine is in. When we asked for a clarifier, the Magician card came out. The Magician is a card of manifestation. Think the 8 of Pentacles on steroids. 8 of Pentacles is that work energy where you're putting in work. That Magician, they have all of the elements present. They got the wands, they got the swords, they got the cups, and they got the pentacles. So they are busy trying to manifest the life of their dreams. They're trying to manifest. They're working on creating. Again, the Magician card is a spiritual card because it is a major arcana, unlike that 8 of Pentacles that I compared it to. So they are definitely in their spiritual command mode. They are commanding and working with the universe, co-creating with the universe to create the life that they want for themselves. Okay. That's the energy your divine counterparts in. When I asked for a further clarification on what it was they were manifesting, they said, nah, you don't need to know all of that. You don't need to know all of that. So now, can you know that? You can. I'm not going to pull an advice card. I'm going to give you the advice, because if you want to know what it is that they're working on, what they're trying to manifest, what did I spend minutes talking about at the beginning of this reading? Come forward. Go have that communication with them. Work on that solar plexus chakra and get your confidence up. I can tell you that's your divine counterpart, so they don't hate you, because to hate you would be to hate themselves. So whatever it is that you're afraid of with regards to your divine counterpart, I'm going to tell you, you don't need to be. And I'm not going to pull an advice card. Sometimes I will pull an advice card on that, but we're going to move on, because you still need to know what message does your divine counterpart's higher self want to communicate with you. Okay. You guys as higher selves communicated with your divine counterparts in that reading yesterday. You guys spoke to them. Let's see what it is that your divine counterpart wants to say to you. You know what energy they're in now, and you know that they're manifesting, creating the life of their dreams, but they're not giving you any details on it, because when I asked, the 9 of Wands came up. That 9 of Wands is a card of boundaries. It's a card of, hey, you know what? I'm putting my wands down here in the sand, and I'm putting a fence up, and I'm going to keep this other wand in my hand. Don't come up in here. So that was Spirit saying, hey, we're not going to tell you what that divine feminine is working on right now. Okay. So, and maybe again, you guys can know it, but if you want to know it, you got to go and talk to them. So I think this is Spirit nudging you guys out of that hermit mode that some of you guys have been in, and saying to you, hey, you need to go talk to her. And when I say her again, it could be a male. So I'm just talking about the energy. All right. Okay, I got 2 cards that came out here. Let's see what they are. What message does your divine counterpart want to say to you? See, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. This is really some beautiful energy. The King of Pentacles and the 6 of Pentacles. Okay, so some of you could be dealing with someone that has Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn in their big 3, the sun, moon, rising. They could be a Venus or they could be a Venus, Mars, or North Node or seventh house in one of those signs as well. But you're dealing with somebody that's got heavy earth energy. And what they want to tell you is that let's just deal with the keywords here in these cards. Okay. The King of Pentacles, the keyword there is trust. And the Six of Pentacles, the keyword there is generosity. Okay. Generosity. So what they want to tell you is to trust them, to trust in this connection. Since we're talking about a connection, to trust yourself, trust them. And the generosity card, I love that Six of Pentacles. They definitely they've been doing a lot of work on their own money as well. They've been working on their stability. Yeah, Earth energy is about stability. But what they're saying to you is, hey, listen, I still have a lot of generosity here. We can give. Let me see if, do I need to get a little bit more? Let me pull a Rider-Waite-Smith. This is an interesting reading today, you guys. This is an interesting reading. The message from your divine counterpart is clear. And I'm going just with the keywords there. They're saying, hey, trust, I'm stable. I'm stable. You can trust me. I'm stable. I'm safe. I'm a safe place. That's the message. They're saying, I'm a safe place. And I got something I want to give you. I got something I want to give you. In the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith deck, they're in the traditional deck there, that Six of Pentacles is the imagery there is an individual that is handing out money. Okay, so I'm not saying that your divine counterpart, your divine feminine, wants to give you money. Since we're talking about let's find out what it is that she wants to give you. I'm going to pull a clarifier on that, but the message is simple. She's saying, trust me, I'm stable. I'm grounded. I'm stable. You want to talk? Come talk. Okay. The moon in reverse. The moon in reverse is what came out. The moon in reverse and the world upright. Okay. So the moon in reverse says, look, the moon card upright sometimes is a card of hiding. It's a card of hiding emotions. When it comes out, because it is emotional energy. The moon card is technically Pisces energy, but a lot of people look at it like it's Cancer energy because Cancer is the ruling planet for Cancer is the sign that the moon rules over. So this has got to deal with emotions. When that moon card is upright, they're kind of holding things. They're holding their cards close to vest. The moon card upright typically has to deal with secrets. When it's in reverse, let me turn my screen back on. That moon card in reverse says, hey, you know what? I'm ready to come. I've got no secrets. I'm ready to share. I'm ready to share. So you can see how this general theme here is about communication, you all. Even though the cups is what came out, telling me that this was going to be a relationship reading or a love reading, whatever. This moon in reverse says that what it is that your divine counterpart wants to give you, your stable, divine, trustworthy divine counterpart wants to give you, is they're ready to open up and share the contents of their heart. Okay. They want to share the contents of their heart. They want to tell you what they haven't told you. They want to tell you something that they've been keeping away from you. Okay. And they also want to give you the world. So they want to give you some information. They want to give you some secrets that they've been hiding, but they also want to give you the world. They want to give you completion. They probably want to tell you, hey, listen, I want to be your completion. I want to be your stability. I want to be your foundation. These are all fixed energies here in this world card. Okay. They're all fixed energies. So, and then the number here, of course, is number 21. 21, 2 plus 1. If you do a numerological reduction on that, 21 reduces to 3 because you got 2 plus 1, that's 3. The third house is the house of communication and the house of information. So can you see how all of these are connected? Can you see how they're all connected? Okay. And then you've got this moon card. There's some interesting synchronicity between these two cards because the number on the moon card is 18. 8 plus 1 is 9. 9 in numerology is the end of a cycle. The world card is the end of the cycle. After the world card in the major arcana, you go back to the 0, which is the start of a new journey. Okay. The Fool, the start of a new journey. So you got some synchronicity even between these two cards. The message is clear now from your divine counterpart. They're saying, hey, I'm solid. That message is reflected here. The world card, you got all of the 4 fixed energies there. Okay, you got Scorpio, you got Taurus, you got Aquarius, and you got Leo. All fixed, stable, foundational energy. Okay, the 2 cards that came out in the message were both Pentacles. Pentacles are earth energy. Earth energy is the most stable of all of the elements. It holds everything down. So and look at the yellow here in this card. That yellow is solar plexus chakra. That's confidence. Look at the yellow. Look at the coin he's holding. Look at the coin he's holding. Okay, he's sitting on a rock. He's sitting on a rock underneath the water, stable. Okay, but with that green is heart chakra energy, and you got the yellow from the sunlight coming down, shining down on him. So you guys have a divinely anointed connection. Okay, the sun is shining on it. The sun, which is the most powerful of the heavenly bodies, is shining down on your connection. Your person is telling you, trust this, and for the communication that they wanted to give you, they want to. I'm not going to dig into this. That's the moon. The moon is secrets. The moon in reverse saying, hey, I want to come clean. I want to go deep. I want to have a deep conversation with you. I want to tell you everything that I haven't told you. So that what it is that your person, this is the clarifier of the Six of Pentacles, which was the message card. Okay. The message card was the message cards were the King of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles is gift energy. What is it that they wanted to gift you? That was the clarifier that we asked for. The moon in reverse came out. They want to give you the gift of everything that they've wanted to, everything that they've had in their heart that they've held back from you. Okay. And they're saying, trust me, which goes back to that. Hey, I'm not here to hurt you. To hurt you would be to hurt myself. You guys are divinely connected. Okay. And the world card, that is everything. That's achievement. The world card, that's Capricorn energy as well, because that is, you have arrived at the pinnacle. You've achieved everything it is that you wanted, that you have wanted. Okay. But that world card is the end of the cycle. Okay. You got 3 energy there. That 21 energy reduces to 3. That's communication. They want to talk to you about that. They want to talk to you about, hey, they want to talk to you about ending the cycle. The world card is the end of a cycle. They want to talk to you about ending this cycle with you all. This back and forth cycle, the cycle of no communication, no contact. And in doing so, they're going to reveal to you the secrets that they've been withholding. And I think that you can trust it. A lot of you guys are afraid of retribution, or you're afraid that, well, what if she doesn't want to, or she doesn't want to talk to me anymore, or if she talks to me, she's going to bless me out because of, no, that's not it. That's not it. Generosity. Look at the card there. That's generosity. It doesn't say malevolence. It says generosity. Okay, you all, I'll spend enough time on that. I think that you got what it is that the energy that your divine counterpart is in, and what it is that they, the messages from their higher self. You guys can go back and rewind and watch this. I don't want to beat a dead horse, so to speak. I want to get you guys some oracle cards so we can end this reading. And I'm going to pull first from the Rose Oracle. That is my go-to oracle deck. Okay. And look what I split the deck on. I split the deck on the card that your divine feminine got in her reading, open. You guys maybe want to go watch that divine feminine reading. I'll put a link in the description box for those of you that haven't already cross-watched it. Okay. All right. Let's split the deck. And let's see what comes out. Thank you guys for watching this reading. If you're enjoying this reading so far, please give me a thumbs up. Hit that thumbs up button. Hit that like button. And share this reading with anybody that you think might benefit from it. Okay. You guys, it's been a pleasure and an honor to read for you guys today. The energy's a lot different than we had in that divine feminine reading yesterday. But that King of Wands energy is in perfect alignment with the divine feminine reading that we had yesterday. Perfect alignment. She is confident. She's ready to go. You guys got to get in alignment. And I think that's going to happen for you once you have that conversation. Okay. Let me just take this one off the top. Healing the mother line. Healing ancestral work. Mother line growing up. Okay. I know maternal tends to be a little bit more of that divine feminine. But looks like I got a package coming here from FedEx, so I'm going to have to run and grab that. I'll be right back. And I'm back. I told you guys that was a FedEx truck. I told you some of you guys got a gift that your person wants to give to you. And that FedEx truck pulling up while I was doing this reading has it just basically clarifies. This is a lot of divine synchronicity here. That FedEx truck pulling up is that is synchronicity. It goes right in alignment with that 6 of Pentacles. Somebody's divine counterpart wants to give them something, and when we ask what it was, they want to give you what it is that they've been hiding from you in their heart, their emotions that they've been hiding from you. And a lot of you are aware of that. A lot of you know, a lot of you are intuitive too. And you know that, hey, my person isn't telling me everything, but there's been the no contact and no communication has been so long now. I don't even know how to approach them to maybe even spark the conversation where they would share these secrets with me. And the other thing that they want to give you is the world. Okay, that goes with that King of Pentacles. Listen, trust in this, trust in us. I'm a stable platform. I'm a stable place. I'm a safe place for you. So a lot of you guys can trust this. That message is going right back to that solar plexus chakra that I was talking about early on. But you guys got to make the move. You guys got to make the move. Your divine counterpart is in that King of Wands energy, and her inner masculine and inner feminine are in alignment. Once you arrive at that inner union, you stop chasing. So they're not chasing anymore. You guys are going to have to initiate something. You're going to have to send a bat signal up, okay? For those of you that are familiar with the old Batman movies and Batman series, some of you guys are going to have to send a smoke signal, send a bat signal up, shoot the light up in the sky that says, you're going to have to reach out and just say, hey, can we talk something? That's what's going to get you guys out of that energy and bring you into union, okay? A lot of you guys are holding on because your higher selves know that you came here in this lifetime to heal something from another timeline. And that cannot happen in separation. The individual healing happens in separation, but the joint healing can only happen through connection. You guys have got to talk. You got to face to face. You got to come out of that no contact, and the ball's in your court, divine masculine. Now, let me get back to this card here. Healing the mother line. Again, this is typically talking about feminine energy, but this came out for you. And guess what? Everybody's got a mother. So let's read this. Let's read what the book has to say about healing the mother line. I don't think I need my glasses today. Healing the mother line. Thank you all for being here. And again, if you haven't done so already, please hit that like button for me. It really helps. Healing the mother line. Okay, let's see what we got here. Healing the mother line, healing ancestral work, mother line, growing up. We're living in a time of complex healing, especially when it comes to the mother line. Collectively, we're facing the intergenerational trauma that colonialism and patriarchy have imprinted on us. So many born to mothers who were not mothered themselves. It's time to mend the chain. Mend the chain. You see that? You hear the messages in there? So many of our ancestral lines have experienced brutal persecution and separation from the sacred feminine. We've been starved of the great mother's unwavering embrace and instead told to look only to a male god in the sky. So many were not taught to see the sacred in all things and the feminine in all her stages as sacred, powerful, and holy. This way of living has gone on for too long, and we're all being called to heal it on behalf of our ancestors, past and emerging. Healing is possible. It may not be straightforward or easy, but it's possible. It can be felt forward and back. Your ancestors, past and future, are singing with you. It is time to release our mothers all the way back for what they may not have been able to give. Let me read that again. It's time to release our mothers all the way back for what they may not have been able to give. To find a way to cultivate the loving mother within. To treat ourselves with the same deep reverence, adoration, understanding, and compassion that we longed for all along. You can be that for yourself today. You can meet yourself where others could not. And as you do, future ancestors will bless you for finding the courage to release and heal deep. And the rose transmission for you all is, place your hand over your heart and say this: I reach all the way back to the original mother, and I set all the mothers and myself free. That's beautiful energy, y'all. That's beautiful. That is a beautiful way to get ready to close this reading out, but not before we grab from the Shaman's Dream Oracle. You all healing the mother line. You see that? So that wasn't so feminine at all. That was actually something that you, as a divine masculine, that message has been echoed throughout this reading today. That divine feminine, your divine feminine counterpart, She has done that inner work to bring her inner masculine and feminine in alignment. You guys, it's time for you guys to do the same. Once you're at the same frequency, magnetism happens on its own. Once you are vibrating at the same frequency, magnetism happens as a natural byproduct. But you guys have to be the initiator here. You have to be the initiators, okay? So let's get you a Shaman's Oracle card, and then we'll end this reading. I thank you all so much for being here. But before we get that before we get this Shaman's Oracle card out, I want you guys to take a look at this announcement. I also would like to invite you to take a moment and browse my collection of books available at www.mtalfordarts.com. You can see the library on the screen there. I call it a library because the library is where you're going to find the most books. But this is a bookstore, and I have a collection of books there that I want you all to browse and check out, okay? I'm pretty sure that you'll find something there that you will find interesting if you are an avid reader, okay? They're perfect for you or perfect as gifts for someone else. So check out my flagship book, From Fear to Faith, A Survivor Story, which will illustrate to you how having the right frame of mind, the right attitude can help you to overcome any circumstance, regardless of how dire it may seem, okay? Then, of course, there is the wildly popular Stuck in an Elevator, which is a fictitious tale of romance, if you will. Let's call it passion and self-discovery that takes place high above the Los Angeles skyline. You may just find yourself in one of those characters, okay? And that's a short read. That one is a pretty quick read, okay? And then, of course, there's Captain's Mate for the tennis community out there. You're not going to find another book like it, I promise you, okay? Leadership, skills, strategy, all of that can be found in that book. And then last but not least, my most recent publication, Twin Flames, Understanding and Solving the Problem of the Avoidant, Dismissive, Divine Masculine, okay? That book is a book that is for anyone that considers themselves to be a high-level soulmate or a twin flame, for anyone that considers themselves to be on the twin flame journey and is trying to figure it out, okay? There's a lot of information out there. This book attempts to focus on you and the healing that is necessary to arrive at inner union. Once you arrive at inner union, outer union, if it is scheduled for you, is going to happen as a natural byproduct. But the beauty of it is you really don't search for anything outside of yourself anymore once you understand, and overstand how to heal your energy. That book has it all for you, including some pretty cool songs that map perfectly to the twin flame journey, okay? All right? Or soulmate, okay? Or I won't say the other word that starts with a K, but you'll find that, especially if you're divine masculine, you're going to find that those songs apply, okay? Divine feminine too. But anyway, that book's a lot of fun, but it's also a book that is going to foster healing within you. Once you foster the healing within you, the healing in your connection happens as a natural byproduct. And the beauty of it is, again, you're not looking for it because you are whole, you are one, okay? And you are unstoppable. Now, okay, so let's get that Shaman's Oracle card for you guys and end this reading. Thank you again for being here, and thank you for watching that announcement. You all just browse over there to that website and check out what I've got in there. You guys, for you guys that prefer audiobooks, I know some of you prefer audiobooks. I've got one audiobook right now in my collection, and that is From Fear to Faith, A Survivor Story. The other ones I didn't do audiobooks for because I did my own audiobook production with that one. And if you guys knew just how much the audiobook industry is controlled, just like the record industry, you might understand why I'm looking for some other alternatives for doing. Two cards came out. Not sure why that is, but maybe Spirit wants me to read both of them. So yeah, why I'm looking for some other alternatives for providing you guys with audio renditions of my book. Okay, books. So, Falling Angel and Dragon's Horde, Protecting the Future. Okay, number 12 card and a number 19 card. Okay, so some of you all may have been born in December. Some of you could be born on the 12th day of any month, or it could be February the 1st or January the 2nd. So some of you may be Capricorns as well, or Aquariuses. 1 + 2 = 3. So some of you could have been born in the 3rd month, which is March, or you could have been born on the 3rd day of any month. And then the number 19 card, Falling Angel. Some of you could have been born on the 19th of any month. Some of you may have a birthday that is the 9th of January or the 1st of September. So, and 9 plus 1 equals 10, which reduces to 1. So some of you guys could have been born in the 10th month, which is October, or some of you could have been born in January. So, but anyway, you guys take that as it resonates. So in any case, let's go ahead and read. I'm going to read the number 19 card first. 2 cards came out, so I'm going to honor that. Maybe Spirit wants you guys to hear that. And you know what? The Divine Feminine reading yesterday got an extra card too. So number 19, let's start with the falling angel, spiritual narcolepsy. Wow. That's an interesting concept there. Let's see what that says. Falling angel, number 19. Falling angel, falling unconscious, spiritual narcolepsy. You are being cautioned now to not fall asleep or go unconscious. You have been flying above the strife and suffering of the world in angelic bliss. However, you risk being seduced by the beauty and comfort of your situation and losing track of your aspirations, your wings. As you fall, you pick up speed, heading toward the trees below and a possible nasty landing. Remember that all you need do to stop being a falling angel is spread your wings to halt your descent and then find an updraft again. Do not updraft air. Air is communications in tarot, okay? Communication, you all. Do not be seduced by the fallen angels, your supposed friends and companions who are ready to use you for their pleasure and have only their own interest in mind. Wow. As you soar once more in flight, receive the gift of the falling angel as an invitation to study the forest from above the trees. In other words, to analyze your situation from a higher perspective without being entangled in its thorny branches. Once you understand what needs to be done, head back to your lofty heights and stand by for the right moment. Action you take now may backfire. Stay conscious and wait until you are guided to change. You will know when the time is ripe. Okay? All right? So, I did a lot of talking here about what you guys will want to do, but at the same time, what the advice from Spirit is with this falling angel card is to don't just sit there, observe, find out who in your life is using you, free yourself of those people, and observe what it is that you desire, what you came here to do, and fly above and scan the field, scan the whole forest. Don't just look at a single tree, look at the whole forest and watch and be ready to go when the timing is perfect. Okay. But this is an interesting card with interesting advice because it almost suggests to find that balance. It says don't get caught up in the bliss of not doing anything, but also don't act unconsciously either. So this is telling you to find that balance. Come out of that bliss. It says here, however, you risk being seduced by the beauty and comfort of your situation and losing track of your aspirations, your wings. As you fall, you pick up speed, heading toward the trees below and a possible nasty landing. Remember that all you need do to stop being a falling angel is spread your wings to halt your descent and then find an updraft again. Okay? So this is basically saying you are being cautioned not to fall asleep or go unconscious. So a lot of you, again, I've talked about you being in no contact situations. Don't get so comfortable. And I wouldn't say that you guys are comfortable in no contact. Obviously, you're here watching this reading. But the overall message here is pay attention, free yourself from distractions, and when the opportunity presents itself, fly in, swoop in, and do what it is that you got to do. Keep your eyes on the prize. Keep your eyes on the prize. That's the thing with those birds of prey, those high-flying birds of prey like the hawk and the eagle. They have eyes that allow them to see the micro-fine movements on the ground. It's amazing that they could be, 100 feet into the air or something like that and see a little field rat running across and go in, got it. So fly high, get that perspective, work on that solar plexus chakra, okay? And the last one I'm going to read is Dragon's Horde, number 12, Protecting the Future. For some reason, I think these two cards are going to go together. Dragon's Hoard, protecting the future, legacy, and true riches. A lot of y'all working on your money right now, too. In the Dragon's Hoard, jewels and precious objects scatter the ground, while ancient scrolls inscribed with the wisdom teachings lie within reach. This is a rich opportunity, and you can fill your satchel with the treasures that you like best. Take the gifts offered you and dedicate them to the well-being of all, beginning with your own. But beware, all that glitters is not gold. Select the precious treasures that will further your spiritual growth and avoid the shiny objects that are empty of real value. A lot of you guys have cut off karmic attachments that were draining you of your energy, draining you of your spirit, draining you of your vitality. So I'm proud of some of you because you've done that work. This is saying here to, select the precious treasures that will further your spiritual growth and avoid the shiny objects that are empty of real value. A lot of you have developed that keen eye to know what holds real value for you versus something that is cubic zirconia, okay? Or fool's gold. Know that the hoard does not belong to you. It belongs to our grandchildren. What is the inheritance that you wish to leave for tomorrow? What seeds are you planting that you will harvest in your old age when you are weary? What seeds will bear fruit after you are no longer here? The dragon guards the legacy of the future. All who come empty-handed or to fill only their own pockets with gold lie in a dusty heap of bones. That's telling you to be that dragon. Find out who really holds value to you, and if they don't hold value, but they just come in and just take from you, and they're not pouring back. I said this in another reading, y'all, previously. I said that you cannot pour water into a pitcher that has holes in it and then expect to get a drink from it when you need one. Make sure that anything you're pouring into has the ability to hold what you're pouring into it so that it can pour back into you when you need it. All right? That's the message here. That's the message here. Let me read that again. What seeds are you planting that you will harvest in your old age when you are weary? What seeds will bear fruit after you are no longer here? The dragon guards the legacy of the future. All who come empty-handed, this is the part, only to fill their own pockets with gold, lie in a dusty heap of bones. That's what the dragon did to him. So like, oh, you only came here for you. Okay? You have been allowed entrance by virtue of your kindness or your spiritual practice or sheer luck. Consider as well that your present, this moment, is the future to the dragon. Your present in this moment is the future to the dragon. You may be the one we have all been waiting for. So do not hesitate to take what bequest has been reserved for you since the beginning of time. Since the beginning of time. Do not hesitate to take what bequest has been reserved for you since the beginning of time. Nobody can have anything that's yours, okay? The only person what's yours is yours. And it's eventually going to find is you're eventually going to come into union with whatever it is that is yours, that has been reserved from you since the beginning of time. No such thing as destiny swappers. The only thing that a so-called destiny swapper can do is distract you, producing the result of you're being delayed in coming into union with that thing that is yours, whatever it is. Okay. A destiny swapper cannot have what is yours. A destiny swapper can only distract you. And in distracting you, delay you from getting what's yours. But you're eventually going to get it. But you do not want to have to repeat cycles in order to get there. The last paragraph says, this is the time to be bold. Do not delay or overthink. Remember to bring an offering for the dragon, lest it believe you are its lunch. A simple prayer will do. Okay? All right? So, yeah, that's some beautiful energy, you all. That message, all of those have to deal, they go right back to that solar plexus and your confidence. So some of you, again, I'll end this reading the way I began it. Some of you need to work with the color yellow. Some of you need to work with the color gold. Wear more gold. Wear more gold. If you got gold jewelry and you're not in some place where somebody gonna rob you for seeing it, okay? And even if they could, just wear it underneath your shirt or whatever, okay? Because I know I got a bunch of people who watch me from different places, okay? So gold, actually, the color gold, actually, not just the color gold, but the metal, the precious metal gold, actually is a powerful activator of your solar plexus. So some of you need to wear more gold. All right? Surround yourself in it and listen to some of those solar plexus healing or solar plexus balancing chakra or solar plexus chakra balancing frequencies or tuning frequencies. Guys, get your confidence up. That's the only thing holding you back right now is confidence. And you saw it in your divine feminine counterpart. Why? Because the King of Wands came out to show you the energy that she's in. And then the messages that she had to give to you was what? The King of Pentacles. That's two kings there. That's two kings. The messages she wanted to give you were the King of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles. So she's in some very generous energy. But you guys can't possibly know that unless you reach out and have that conversation. So when the right, don't belabor it. Don't rest on your laurels, but understand that you have an assignment to do. And when the opportunity is right, and pray. If you're not sure, pray and ask the Most High to reveal to you when that time is and to help give you the strength and the courage that you need in order to move forward. It's time for you guys to come into union. This is 2026. It is a year of emergence, okay? Not emergency, but emergence. The first one energy, the first house, that's the baby coming out of the womb. That's Aries, that's the ram. Some of you guys need to put your heads down and just charge forward, okay? All right, but do it at the right time. Do it at the right time. Find that balance between don't just, I'm just gonna hang out. I'm gonna wait for her to come and tell me. You already know the cards already told you she's not coming forward. Okay, she's not coming forward, and her higher self isn't giving any messages on what exactly it is that she's manifesting. But there are clues in the cards. There are clues in the cards that came with the messages that said, "Hey, I got something I want to give you." What is that something? I want to tell you what it is I've been keeping away from you, and I want to give you that stable foundation. I want to give you the world. I want to help us come to the end of this particular cycle and phase so that we can begin a new one. The world card is the end of a phase. The world card is number 21. 21 breaks down to three, third house, communication and learning and growth. Okay? The type of communication, learning, and growth that leads to the new beginnings that come after the world card, which is the zero card, which is the fool card, the start of a new journey. You all do not belabor the beginning of a new journey. This is the year you want to come into alignment with it because it's a 1 year. Okay? Pray and ask the Father to show you, or ask the Divine Mother for the wisdom on what to say. Ask the Father to show you the right opportunity. When is the time? Show me when the time is, and then ask the Divine Mother to give you the wisdom on what are the right words to say to initiate that conversation. You can feel safe. That was a message from the Divine Masculine or the Divine Feminine counterpart. You can feel safe. She's like, you can feel safe here. Trust. I got something I want to give you. I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm not here to hurt you. That those hurt cards show up, and they're in the tarot deck. A lot of them are in the swords suite. Nothing there. No swords came out. Only pentacles. Pentacles of gifts. Okay. All right, y'all. That's all I got today. So again, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel and you like getting these energy updates, hit that subscribe button and make sure your notification bell is set to all so you'll be notified when I upload new content. And again, please browse over to www.talfordarts.com and take a look at my collection of books. You can also find me on Amazon.com. Just search for my author name, Matt D. Talford. That's all I got for y'all today, family. I wish you all the best in your journey, and I'll see you guys in the next reading. Peace.